My name is Dave Chesney, and I work in the College of Engineering, and specifically in electrical engineering and computer science. And the project that I worked on, I was intrigued by this morning's presentations when they said come up with one slide that would describe your project. And actually, I thought of that one slide on the bus ride down from North Campus this morning, but I didn't actually create it. So you have to be able to visualize the one slide. And the one slide is two boxes, one over here that says technology, one over here that says disability, and then they both have arrows pointing down to this box right here, and this is my courses. Okay? And so semester after semester, what I do in my courses is we take an interesting new technology, because I found the students in the College of Engineering like bright, shiny things. So we just come up with what is the new bright, shiny thing that we can use. And some of the bright, shiny things that we use are like Microsoft Connect, gaming sensors. We use wearable devices, smartwatches. Last semester, we had this, a smart t-shirt. Actually, it was like the most expensive Under Armour in the history. It was a $400 or $500 t-shirt that measured respiration, it measured heart rate. One of the other bright, shiny things that we've used is last semester we used IBM Watson, which for those of you who remember, Watson was the thing that beat Ken Jennings on Jeopardy back in 2008, and we were given an instance of Watson to play with. So those are kind of the bright, shiny things. And then the different disabilities or illnesses, they vary from semester to semester. We work with U of M health systems, and they generally come up with, well, what about if we focus on this disability or that disability in different semesters? So different disabilities or illnesses that we've worked on over time are autism spectrum disorder. We've worked on brachial plexus injuries. We've worked on sepsis. We've worked on patients who are in the intensive care unit. Generally, we're focused on children and work with docs from the Mott Children's Hospital, but on occasion, we'll work with adults. In fact, this semester we're working with ICU patients who might have, they're in an ICU bed, and within like 3 or 4 weeks, they lose approximately 30% of their cognitive ability and 30% of their physical ability. So we're just trying to come up with ways of keeping some kind of cognitive load and some type of physical load. So, you know, they're in bed, they possibly have a tube down their throat, they possibly have IVs, and we just want them to be able to play tic-tac-toe, you know, at the low cognitive load, and to be able to do New York Times crossword puzzles at the high cognitive load, just so that they're thinking of things, and that when they're doing these things, they physically have to move, and there's some kind of sensor picking out their motion. Okay, so that's the mashup that we do semester after semester in my class, is new technology, different disability, throw it together in the classroom, and then students come up with different projects and different approaches. Okay, sometimes, rather than picking a general disability, what we do is we have the absolute privilege of working with one individual. Okay, so we have this one individual, and what I'd like to do is show you a presentation during the 13-14 academic year, so during the most previous academic year. We worked with this young lady named Grace, and she has athetoid cerebral palsy. She was actively involved in our class for the whole academic year. Her parents you know, enabled her and brought her down. They live up in the Lansing area, and she came down to class about a half dozen times a semester to work with my students in the class. And if you want to see a motivator for students, it's being actively involved with a child that they're building this software and devices to help. So with that, if I can get this going, I think this presentation speaks very well.
Meet Grace, one of Eric and Jennifer Simmons' 4 children.
Grace is 13, and she has cerebral palsy, and she was diagnosed when she was a baby. She's got a great personality. She loves to joke. She's always got a great smile for anybody.
Grace's condition makes daily communication a challenge.
She's cognitively at grade level, but is relatively non-communicative. And by that I mean she can take things in pretty well, but she can't communicate them back out.
An enterprising group of Michigan engineering students is hoping to change that, working in teams, These upper-level software developers are designing systems to help Grace express herself creatively, describe her emotions, and overcome the daily communication obstacles she faces.
A lot of people are doing typing sort of projects, which would allow her to do things like email or maybe even go on Facebook. And my project is focused on giving her a hobby. It's an art application. We hope that it's going to be a way for her to express her creativity and communicate with those around her through pictures.
I can't even express, the excitement of being able to be part of this. I've been very impressed with all the students and how they've really taken to her.
Dr. David Chesney's class has previously developed systems for Habitat for Humanity and people on the autism spectrum. But Grace's participation with this group enabled the students to design solutions with the unique needs of a specific individual in mind. Grace's feedback, coupled with the commitment of her parents, is integral to the design process.
Without them, I don't think we'd really be able to have a clear idea of what types of conditions we'd be designing for. Her coming here really helped us design applications that could potentially really benefit children with cerebral palsy.
The personal contact is the secret sauce. It's the magic that makes the class work. This is a senior level course. It's a 4-credit course. It has to give them some knowledge about the area of software engineering. But certainly, working with Grace and her family is what takes it above and beyond. There's a huge difference between content and context, right? And the content is the academic pieces and parts that I have to put together to call a 4-credit class at the University of Michigan. The context is what Grace brings to the class. I really think students fall in love with this area of study and this type of work because of the context.
One thing that I can really take away from this class is the power of computer science and the potential to, make the world a better place through technology. It's been a really unique experience.
The lower threshold of success is just that my students graduate and they think about these things as they go to work for the large companies. That always in the back of their minds, there's this little thing burning of, how would somebody who's differently able have access to this thing that I'm working on? And we've achieved that. And the high threshold of success is that we actually come up with a product, some software product that Grace can use. The students originally intended to build these software applications to help Grace communicate, and I think the gifts have come more greatly in the opposite direction from Grace to the students than whatever possible the students could contribute to Grace's life.
I don't know that there's anything that I can add to that. So, thank you.